Yes, the memory of that evening will never fade from my mind. In the span of half an hour, I felt the ominous inevitability of fate, a tremor like the one that grips a novice descending into a deep mine for the first time. I stared into the black abyss of human suffering and understood, for some, an honest life is an unattainable luxury. It was well past midnight. Leaving the vaudeville theatre, I hurried along the boulevard toward Rue Drouot, weaving through a dense stream of open umbrellas. A fine rain hung suspended in the air, never quite reaching the ground, blurring the dim glow of gas lamps. The night streets were hopelessly bleak. The sidewalks gleamed under the rain, as if coated in something sticky. Passers-by, eyes fixed ahead, quickened their pace. Prostitutes, lifting the hem of their dresses just enough to reveal a leg wrapped in a dull, glistening stocking, lingered in doorways or prowled the pavement with provocative intent, whispering incoherent, meaningless phrases. They walked beside men for a minute, maybe two, trying to press close, their breath heavy and unclean against the face. And when they sensed it was futile, they turned sharply and resumed their stroll, swaying their hips. I walked on, pursued by them, feeling hands tug at my sleeve. Disgust rose in my throat. Suddenly, I saw three girls running headlong, shouting something to their companions. The others took off too, clutching their skirts with both hands. That night, there was a police sweep. The authorities had begun regulating prostitution. Out of nowhere, I felt a hand slip under my elbow, and a breathless voice whispered, "Help me, sir, don't send me away." I looked at her. She couldn't have been more than 20, but her youth had already faded. I said, "All right, stay. Thank you, thank you." We approached a line of policemen. They stepped aside to let us pass. I turned onto Rue Drouot. "Will you come with me?" she asked. "No. Why not? You don't even know what you've done for me. I'll never forget it." Wanting to be rid of her, I said, "Leave me alone, I'm married." "So what? Enough, girl. I helped you. Now let me go." The street was deserted and grim, and her presence, the way she clung to my arm, only deepened the sorrow within me. She tried to kiss me. I recoiled sharply. "Get away. Do you hear?" She jumped back and burst into tears. I felt pity. I stood there, confused. "What's wrong? You wouldn't understand. And what's the point of talking? It's all so joyless." "What's joyless?" "This life. Why do you live like this? Is it my fault? Then whose? How should I know?" I wanted to understand this lonely creature. I asked, "Tell me your story." And she began. He sat me down beside him and began to draw out the conversation, why we were here, what had brought us. He talked endlessly, while I, worn to the bone, drifted into a half-conscious daze. At some point, I simply fell asleep. He left without giving me anything. I didn't even notice. The rain, as I've already said, kept falling. From that night on, the pain began and it hasn't left me since. I'd slept till morning on wet ground. Two sergeants woke me. First they took me to the station, then to jail. I spent a week there while they tried to figure out who I was and where I'd come from. I kept silent, afraid something might have happened back in Yvetot. But they uncovered everything. After the trial, they let me go. And once again, I had to think about how to get a piece of bread. I tried to find work, but it was hopeless. My time in prison scared people off. Then I remembered the old judge who'd kept glancing at me during the hearing, just like old Lerable used to in Yvetot. I went to him. And I wasn't wrong. When I left, he slipped me 100 sous and said, I'll give you 100 sous each time, but don't come more than twice a week. I understood right away what he meant. At his age, it was obvious. Then it hit me. Young men are fun, sure, but there's no profit in them. Old men, that's another matter. I figured them out quickly. Monkey eyes, bland faces, all the same. You know what I started doing, sir? I dressed like a kitchen maid coming back from the market and wandered the streets, looking for my providers. They were easy to spot now. I'd see one and think, he'll bite. He'd come up and start a conversation. Good day, mademoiselle. Good day, sir. Where are you headed? Home, to my employers. Do they live far? Depends who's asking. He'd stumble, unsure what to say next. I'd slow my pace on purpose, giving him time to make his move. Then he'd whisper sweet nothings in my ear, start pleading with me to come along. You understand, I didn't agree right away. I made him work for it. But in the end, I gave in. Every morning I'd meet 2 or 3 old fellows, and my evenings were free. That was my best time. I didn't take anything to heart. But peace never lasts. I had the misfortune of meeting a wealthy man from respectable society. Some chairman must have been at least 75. One evening he took me to a country restaurant. And he let himself go far too much. After dessert, he died. They kept me in jail for 3 months. I wasn't registered, you see. That's when I moved to Paris. And here, sir, life is hard. Some days you don't even get to eat. But what can I say? Everyone has their own sorrow, don't they? She fell silent. I walked beside her, my heart tightening. Then she spoke again, switching to the familiar you. So, sweetheart, you're really not coming with me? No, I already told you. Well then, goodbye. Thanks for that, at least. Don't hold it against me. Still, you're making a mistake. And she vanished, wrapped in a veil of rain as thin as gauze. I saw her silhouette flicker in the glow of a gas lamp, then dissolve into the darkness. Poor girl.